Jocelyn Thomas from the Department of Arts and Humanities. Today I'm going to be your host for today's podcast. So today's topic is something that we all relate to but rarely pause and think about. That is art. So when it comes to art, we didn't stop creating art because we grew out of it. We stopped it because we believed that art is something that needs perfection. Okay, so maybe that is the reason why today we are going back to art and trying to find a way, not just to learn about it, but to feel a sense of feeling that we felt before. Today, to explore more about it, we have with here Miss Parvathy ma'am from the Department of Arts and Humanities at Christ Academy Institute for Advanced Studies. Beyond classroom, she is someone who is deeply passionate about art. She is connected to art in a very real and a raw manner, where she uploads her vlogs, her videos. She has a YouTube channel as well where she expresses her art. And what I really like and admire is that she doesn't overthink it much. It's very raw and very genuine. And that is where the honesty lies, and that is where she expresses it. It's something like where it's not like, getting it done. It's about letting it out. So that is something we're going to talk about. And it's not just about art, but about returning back to it. So we all welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Jocelyn.
Ma'am, so I want to begin with something a little personal. So I was someone who used to love art as a child, as I was growing up, drawing, painting, and all these things. But I somewhere stopped feeling it and I stopped doing it. I think most of us in today's time would relate to that. And why do you think that happens to us in today's time especially?
Okay, so this is something that even I went through as a child. I think it's the way that the society basically looks at art. The moment you say art, people look at it as a hobby and nothing more.
Yes.
But now, so as a child, I'll explain my experience. When I used to draw and I used to paint or express myself, they used to sort of say that, this looks nice. It's something that you can, they will appreciate it for a second, but nobody really gave much thought to it and how this can be made into probably a profession, because that shift sort of happened over a period of time. So when I was a child, that approach was very different, especially in India and South India. I was born there. So, but now as we move forward, things have changed. So I hope today's society will get to sort of let their children experience art as something that is transforming, something that will help them, release their stress, sort of like a therapy. So yeah, okay. So you should never go for perfection in art.
Yes, I agree with that. Okay, so I think many of us go through this change, like from creating freely to becoming more conscious and critical. So at what point does expression turn into evaluation?
Expression turning into evaluation again is like a very personal, individual thing, not just when it comes to art, when it comes to everything. I think all of us are, when we are born, we have this child within us, which is our major ego that is playing. But as we grow up, the society sort of teaches us to curb it, because being child is equal to being immature.
Yeah.
So when somebody comes and looks at your art, the moment they say that, this is not how you draw lines, or you cannot paint out of these lines or these borders, that moment, if you are a child, you will realize that this is wrong.
Yes.
And from the next time you're doing it, instead of doing it freely, what happens is you start creating restrictions and boundaries of your own, because you think that people will not appreciate it if you sort of, if you're someone who thinks out of the box. So that moment is when you will stop. And as adults, I think, or as young adults for that matter, it is important for us to make sure that when we see either children or adults around us who are experimenting with something that is new, you should never try to tell them that this is wrong or this is not perfect. You should just let them explore. At some point in time, they will find their own style. So that is what we should be aiming at.
That's good. I agree. So in a world that constantly demands productivity, where does art fit in? Like as a luxury or as something closer to survival?
Yes, okay. So that is a very good question. In today's world, yes, art can be, because we are surrounded by so much of information, so many people around us telling us what we should be doing, what is considered to be cool, and all of those things. It is very important for us to make sure and sort of understand that art is much beyond luxury, because the moment we say luxury, it is restricted to only a few people. In today's world, we can see that, especially if we consider Bangalore. There are these art therapy classes and things like that. But when you look at enrolling for any of them, you realize that these things are quite expensive. And maybe adults can afford it, but children, young adults who have the freedom to explore things, it's not made affordable for them. So it's both. Yes, but you shouldn't restrict it to a certain group of people, and it should be made available to everyone. And the only way that we can do that is if we introduce the importance of art, importance of literature in schools and in colleges or in educational institutions, because that is the only factor that will normalize it. Because society still looks at art as something that is, at the boundaries, at the periphery, nothing that you can really pursue. But thankfully, because of social media and Instagram and all of those things, it is getting promoted. So hopefully in the future, it will move much beyond luxury.
Hopefully.
Yes, hopefully.
Okay, so when we say art is therapeutic, what is actually happening inside the mind? Like, is it emotional release or focus or something even deeper than that?
So art is primarily, when you look at it, it is some emotional release. Because like I said, I started experimenting with art during COVID. So we really didn't have much to do. Roaming around was not an option, and watching TV beyond a certain level felt a little, difficult and boring. So I started experimenting with art. So during that time, it was definitely an emotional release, because it was like a stress buster. It was very therapeutic. I felt like I was able to do whatever I wanted, nobody to judge. And that is how it started for me. But yes, art is much beyond just emotional release. When you look at it, art also helps us in concentrating, in focusing, and also in building our creativity. It allows that free flow of thought, emotions, and over a period of time, when you sort of get the hang of it, the kind of happiness and joy that you get is truly great. And I think only a person who starts experimenting and pursuing something like that would understand. So yes, it is emotional release, but at the same time, it also has the ability to improve certain qualities in us.
True. Okay. So, the simple creative acts like drawing, painting, and all these coloring, most of us do it. So, does it, the coloring and all these things, does it calm us? Can it be compared to scrolling the phone? Because both obviously is a distraction, but how does it affect differently?
Well, scrolling, if you really think about it, scrolling is sort of like an addiction, and I have experienced this at times, when especially at night, when we scroll, after a point of time we want to stop, but we're not able to stop. And then it becomes I don't know if it's because I'm addicted to it.
No, we all are same.
So we want to stop, but we can't. And it gives you a huge, really bad headache and heaviness in the morning. It's really not healthy, and we know it. But with art, it's a good, even if you're addicted to it, it's a good kind of addiction. The only downside to that is probably the amount of money that you will spend in buying all the products. Beyond that, art is definitely not something that is going to affect you in any negative manner. It is something that is definitely going to be positive for you. And also in today's world, you can look at it as something that you can pursue also. With the help of Instagram and YouTube, all of that, you can definitely pursue art as a career even. Because I have seen people who do wall paintings, and all of these developments happened after COVID. So definitely art is something that is much better. You can't even compare it to scrolling. So if there are people who are addicted to scrolling like me, at one point this this thing, art can definitely help you get out of it. Maybe doodling. Art doesn't always have to be about, using paint and brush and things like that. But doodling also helps. So yes, if you are somebody suffering from it, definitely you should try it. Art is something you should definitely try. Yeah.
Yes, that is helpful. Okay, so yeah, this is something that I also have personally wondered, that can art help us express a kind of feeling or emotions that words cannot at times? What do you think?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Art can definitely. So when you say art, I'm not just yes. While painting, drawing, all of those things, you can express sorrow, sadness. Certain colors can be used to express all of those things. But beyond that, when you talk about art as such, you can bring in literature also to a part of it. So through literature, with the help of maybe a little bit of doodling or maybe a little bit of painting here and there, you can definitely express things that you find hard to release otherwise, especially in when it comes to people who are struggling with expressing things because they grew up in a household that told them that, or showed them that, expressing your emotions is sort of like a weak point. For those people who are struggling, for children, adults, young adults, you can definitely use art as a form of expression. And I think that is one of the reasons why most of these poetries and things come out of young adults.
Yes.
So if you've read Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul, have you read? There's a series called, probably your generation, they do not know, but my generation definitely must have read Chicken Soup series.
Okay.
So it is like a series of books that deal with, they have random things like poems, short stories, everything. So this one particular book that it is called Chicken Soup for Teenage Souls.
Okay.
So teenagers have written basically.
Oh.
So their poems. So when young adults read it, as a young adult when I read it, I could relate to it.
Okay.
So that is a release for me. So art definitely has the ability to help you release your emotions, whatever you are struggling with. Only thing is, you shouldn't restrict art to just painting.
Yeah.
Art is much beyond that.
Beyond that.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, do you think perfectionism has quietly taken away art from people, like making them afraid to create unless it is not perfect?
Yes. Perfectionism, if you ask me, is sort of like a disease. Okay. I think psychologists would agree with me.
Yeah.
It is a problem. And I've seen a lot of perfectionists around me struggling. So with art, the main idea is what? You're doing it, most of us who are not pursuing it as a career, we do it because it makes us happy. So the moment you try to make something look perfect, it is going to be stressful. So the happiness is going to be taken away from it. So the first thing that you should do if you're going to pursue things like that is that you should take away this idea of creating something perfect. Because imperfections have their own beauty, and I think imperfections make, this is a personal opinion, can change, imperfections sort of make a work of art very unique. So if you draw perfect straight lines, and then that is how you're supposed to, or people have told you that's how you're supposed to create something, you're merely mimicking something. But imagine instead of using straight lines, you are drawing crisscross or using random colors, which usually does not denote certain things, or which are not normalized, then obviously that becomes your unique style. So if you are pursuing art, perfectionism is something you should learn to keep out of it. Not just art, for anything for that matter. Of course, you can aspire to be perfect at things, but the moment you realize that is sort of playing with your mind, that is when you should take help. Seek help, because that is something that is going to destroy the way that you are. Your quality of life itself will be destroyed.
Yeah.
So perfectionism and art can never be together, according to me. They can never go in the same way.
Yeah, it even loses the personal touch to it.
Definitely.
You have your unique signature style, but you just lose it. Yeah, true. Okay, so the way people are returning back to art today, like in Instagram, everything, we see art everywhere right now. So do you see it as a genuine emotional need, or is it also influenced by the burnout and the digital, the overload that is happening, the workload or any kind of thing?
Yeah, I think art now has gained prominence because of this burnout that we're talking about. Digital, as a part of digital detoxing, thankfully one thing that has come out of all this is basically people trying to pursue things that will help them and not cause more stress.
Yes.
But with that also there is a problem when you are creating something as I won't call myself an artist, but somebody who loves doing art. The beginning when I used to start posting things online, obviously there were people who told me that you should draw in a certain way.
Yeah.
These colors must be mixed. So you should not let others influence you. And I know it's very easy for me to say it. When we're saying it, it sounds very easy, but it's also very difficult because sometimes these people who are advising you might be your close people, so you respect them and you value their opinions, so you sort of listen to them, but that shouldn't be there. You should not let anything influence you. But in today's world right now, when we're talking about it, this people giving importance to art is definitely as a part of digital burnout. I feel, yeah, something that we need to release, yes, other than mobile phones.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just a hypothetical question. Now, what if art disappears from this world, from our everyday life, not just in paintings or anything, but in the designs, music, everything around us as art? So what if everything disappears? What kind of emptiness do you think we will have?
We will feel, So life will be very robotic, very mundane. There will be nothing interesting, I feel, and we will all be extremely stressed because, like I said, if we think out of this definition of art as just painting, which most of us do, even creating reels is a form of art.
Yes.
Unless good reels, unless you are creative, you cannot create these beautiful reels. So art is definitely something that will help us bring back the creativity that is lost. So if nothing else is there, then pursuing some kind of art will be the only option that we have. It is something that we will have to do. We will figure it out. And I think it will be a good opportunity if not everything else
nothing
sort of if there is no other nothing else to sort of be engrossed in, then this will definitely be something that we will be leaning on to. Even making things out of clay.
Yes.
Like we give small children, to explore. That will also bring back or help us to think out of the box and be creative.
Yeah, both positive as well as negative in the balanced way.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to the last question. What if art could speak to people who slowly drifted away from it? What do you think it would say?
That from like a very personal point of view, I would say that art actually spoke to me and told me that I was here all along. You just could not see me, or you hid me in one corner of your heart because you were afraid that it wouldn't lead me anywhere. Like I wouldn't be called successful by the society if I pursued art, because society for me during that time was mainly people around me, people I saw, and they were all people who didn't really pursue art. So that is how art would talk to me, and I think for most of us it's the same problem. It would still say that it was all inside me, but I was inside you, but you never saw me, or you sort of shut me out in one corner. So I hope all of us will get opportunities to go back and explore.
As we come to the end of this conversation, I think what remains with me, or what I think about, is that maybe art was something that we never lost for real. It was something that, we got just busy with other things and we just lost it. And maybe because of that, we were distracted. And without realizing it, we lost art. And maybe this is a time where we go back to art and we explore ourselves more. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very much. That was a lovely conversation. And thank you, listeners. Thank you, everyone.